Hi everyone, the purpose of this lesson is to find out what a radian is and how to convert on your calculator between degrees and radians and the definition of a radian. So let's get started. Okay, so you probably noticed from the picture on the previous page that 1 radian is the angle that an arc of 1 unit subtends at the centre of a circle of radius 1 unit. So basically this can be shown quite simply. What we're saying is the radius, this distance along here, if you can imagine picking that up, so I'll just show you with a different colour. Imagine that radius there being picked up and laid along the circumference of the circle, what angle that makes at the centre of the circle. That's what our radian is. Okay? By the definition given here, okay, 1 radian is the angle that an arc of 1 unit subtends at the centre of a circle of radius 1 unit. You can see that pi radians is actually 180 degrees. If you imagine, it's 2 pi all the way around a 1 unit circle. So if it's 2 pi all the way around a 1 unit circle, then pi is simply equal to 180 degrees. Okay, now study the following 2 examples. In the first one, we're converting 3 pi on 2 into degrees. Now because we know pi equals 180 degrees, we simply substitute pi equals 180 into pi for 3 pi on 2. When we solve this, or simplify it, we find that 3 pi on 2 is actually 270 degrees. Now we can do this the other way around as well. If we have to change 60 degrees to radians and leave our answer in terms of pi, we know that 180 equals pi radians, so 1 degree equals pi on 180 radians, so 60 equals pi on 180 times 60. So that equals 60 pi on 180 radians, and we simply factorise to get pi on 3, so 60 degrees equals pi on 3. I suggest you study these 2 examples carefully because you need to be able to readily convert from radians to degrees and be able to readily convert from degrees to radians. Now, you should also be able to do these calculations on your calculator. So, on your calculator, you should be able to convert radians. I'll say that again, convert degrees into radians. Okay, and on your calculator, you should be able to convert radians into degrees. Okay, just by studying these examples below. In these 2 examples, you'll notice that a little more complexity is involved. Okay, we've got a angle in degrees that has minutes as well, so you need to be able to use your DMS button when you're putting the angle into your calculator. But in example 6, in this example, okay, you have to use radian mode on your calculator. Okay, so you have to use the mode on your calculator to turn your calculator into radian mode. Can you please make sure that you can do this calculation on your calculator whilst your calculator is in rads? Just check that now, please. You should know all of these off by heart, and you should know how to convert between radians and degrees off by heart. You should know these off by heart. What you can now do is you can now do all of 5.1, gentlemen, and we'll check it out in class tomorrow to see if there's any problems.